Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. We are live on Zoom. And hopefully my co-host, well actually my partner that I'm doing this with, Mr. Derek Foster. He's a Navy vet. Um, and he knows something uh in his area of expertise, which is fishing. I know how to fish. Of course I know how to fish. I'm a Marine. So it's something that we share in common. And I hope to share that with the kids. It's one of the diversion, tools that we have to help them put down guns. As a Marine, I know how to shoot all kind of guns. There are too many guns I have not shot. Uh, so that's why, the fascination with guns, going to the Marines, things like that. I was a young person, I had these fascinations. And, I was able to have mentors around me. And also, I had friends who uh, held guns, dealt with guns in negative ways to show me that I didn't need to have a gun, that I didn't want to have a gun. I had friends who were victims of gun violence, at a young age. Um, so understanding, how young people are at that age, when some people have guns, you don't have a gun. Do I need a gun to protect myself now? These are things that young people dealt with when I was a teenager, preteen, um, and those before me had to deal with. So I've come up with something with my program, Superior Moves for Kids, um, to be a diversionary tactic or preventive measure. You know, um, by being an artist, I am a poet. And I try to distinguish myself, uh, being different than a rapper. We're similar, but we're different. And so I try to be the difference. I try to live the difference. Trying to change the frequency of the music. I feel definitely that's something that we have to do is change the frequency of the music. Um, I've been trying to, change the frequency by starting my own record company, Superior Moves Records. You know, I believe in myself highly. I believe in those that I've put in a recording booth. There's been a couple of artists and I have a couple of singers. And because of, the promotion, I really haven't had the backing to back those singles. You haven't heard it, but hopefully as time moves on, as my story picks up, you'll hear the music from those artists. My first artist, excuse me, that I dealt with was Chico, when I was living in Pine Ridge, and I was starting the company. Uh, I was starting the record company, Superior Moose Records, and also my TV production company, Off the Chains Productions. And trying to do those things while actually also working at Cox Cable as an accountant, it was challenging, but I loved it. I was in the heart of the hood, we're in Pine Ridge, and to start shooting a show out of Pine Ridge, having support of the hood, being in the hood, having the support of the radio stations, the local DJs at that time. Um, Perhaps when, like I say, more of my story gets told, you'll see the video. There's proof of who we dealt with. It was just more than me in the movement. And when we started the movement, some of the artists that we created, were some of the biggest artists of the time, even right now. You know, um, we worked with Rick Ross, we worked with Drake, we worked with a lot of people in the beginning to help them to where they are now. In media, there were very few people with HD cameras like what we have now, like what I'm showing you now, right now. Um, I'm recording on multiple cameras, and it was rare to have when I was starting out like 20 years ago because most of the investment was in the recording booth and not trying to have the cameras. So I want to tell our story. I want to have positive images. on TV. That was one of my main things. And I feel that I've done that, as an independent. I've been able to control my content and being an entrepreneur. Those are things that I promote is being an entrepreneur. So writing my first book, Off the Chains. Let's get that focus. Off the Chains. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. Can we get in there? Yeah, now? Okay. Off the Chains, but on the record. Wasn't messing with me. Anyway, over here. Off the Chains, but on the record. All right. First book I wrote. And mostly it was therapy, book of poems, just trying to really uh, be therapy, and I knew as a poet, I didn't have the music, you know, I needed that. So by the time I wrote the second book, I know why the cage word sings. Oh man, can you get it? Oh, boy, Zoom does not like his image, man. Oh, look at my son. Anyway, I know why the cage bird sings. Urgent reading in a time of chaos. And you must add that to find this book. All due respect to Dr. Maya Angelou. Um, I kind of knew what I was doing. This book is thicker, it has plays, and you know, I hope to narrate this book as well. I narrated the first book, Off the Chains and on the record, and some of those recordings are coming out now. They should be done by Christmas. So be on the lookout for a future channel to let that out on YouTube, as well as maybe open up a Patreon. Haven't decided yet for exclusive listening of the album. Um, this next album of mine will be hopefully be my best because I feel that the world is ready for poets. We've had a lot of rappers do that thing, and I definitely support that. But the youth, they need this frequency change. They need to understand that their words have power and how powerful they are when they speak. Uh, I've spoken a lot to my life, to existence, from time I was in high school, my plans, what I want to do, what I want to have in my life. And by being focused, I've done most of those things. Uh, Here on the War Report, I would like for you to call in, check in. We'll make a link available through Zoom so that in the future, Thursdays, you can check in. You'll be my guest that I talk to. Um, what more can I say? Well, I can try to talk about the gun violence prevention program. Um, let's see if I can share my screen. I want to share. Share my. So I just read it. I am reading from Gun Violence Prevention Grant from OpenGov Procurement. Alachua County has declared gun violence to be a public health crisis, has adopted the public health model approach to mitigation, I'm sorry. The Centers for Disease Control Prevention, World Health Organization outlined a public health approach to violence prevention based on 4 steps: define and monitor the problem, identify risk and protective factors, develop and test prevention strategies, ensure widespread adoption of effective strategies. So, hearing that, I developed my strategies for the past 20 years, and it's called Superior Moves to Kids program. Part of the program is videography. Part of the program is entrepreneurship, and these things prepare kids for life. Um, when you're young and you just want to make $1 into five and five into 10, well, how do you do that? Um, there's not many avenues when you're 9, 10 years old to flip your money legally, but illegally, selling drugs, selling some Molly, well, you can do that. And a lot of our youth, unfortunately, they discover that. They discover those avenues of currency, of money, and putting their friends on. And that's how it happens. How do you turn down free money? How do you turn down the hustle? Well, hopefully, we have plans for that. Hopefully, my record company, Spirit Boost Records, can offer a difference in these kids' lives by being a diversionary company, having cool jobs, coming to learn something cool, coming to be around somebody cool, going to a concert, just being involved in something positive with positive people. That's my whole plan for Superior Moves for Kids. It's worked for the 20 years I've been here. We have numerous kids who have won scholarships by the coaches who are coaching them. And the videos I provided, Facebook, YouTube, um, primarily for them to see, enjoy. Immediately after games, the whole game, I was there. I recorded those kids. I enjoyed it. Um, and I never thought, but dang, these aren't my kids. I don't have to be here. It's so hot. Why am I doing this? Well, I know why I was doing it. There's a purpose. There was a purpose for them on their life, and there was a purpose for me for doing what I was doing, in all these years now. I have 2 decades of experience and videos and pictures I can show, of my work. Today I can look at Facebook and I see all these kids who have all these scholarship offers. And to know that I was part of that when they were 6 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, high school, Mr. Corey was there. They could, go to their parents' page and see their highlight, you know. Um, and that's important to me. That was special. I wish I had a lot of my high school days, even middle school days, so that I could show you, my progress from then to earning the scholarship offers from Mississippi State, South Carolina State, but eventually Marines had my heart. So, those are things that I would like to offer to the youth of Alachua County, 352. Those are things that got me through. If I can make more Marines, I would love to do that. I love being a Marine. It's changed my life and it's given me such insight, such confidence. Even now, I don't need these glasses. I can see without them. But just having, the ability to um, combine what my parents taught me to, you know, what the military expected of me, you know, those two things really weren't different. And as a leader in Alachua County, 352 area, um, that's what I like to provide to the youth. And the war report, like I said, this is the forum where you can reach me. We can talk about what's currently going on, and the craziness. Now, let's talk about it. I'm a poet, so of course I'm in tune to this music thing. Uh, there's an apparent lawsuit by an artist, one I mentioned earlier, uh, drinking his people. You know, this is people way smarter than me, you know, who make decisions. And me as an analyst, as a journalist, I really have to keep my comments and opinions to myself. But from the basis of the argument, You can say, wow, this person really has some valid points and glad he's championing that thing. But when I look at it as a Marine and someone who's fought for people to say whatever they want to say in America, really, I think in a rap battle, you can't sue in a rap battle because that's the essence of the culture. Rapping better than the other person. They say a rap, ooh, the crowd was crazy. And you say a rap, oh, the crowd was crazy. That's how it goes. I was there for the Nas versus Jay-Z wars. I was there. Those were great. For the record, I love Nas. Hey, Jay's cool too. Hey, Jay's the man. Hey. But he didn't sue Nas, and Nas didn't sue him. You know, that kind of person, they shut it down because they're men. You know, at the end of the day, you're men. Uh, you know, and shoot a fair one behind the building, you know, if it gets that serious, because that's what we do at this level. Or you just leave it alone. You say you won, I got it, dog. But rap is a business now. So, you know, you have to look at these things as a business. I hope the people choose to let poets into the game. So I've got some things to say. Like, best rapper. All right, okay. I got the best lyrics. It's books. And I have an album. And when thinking about changing my name, you know, my name seems to be kind of controversial, but I don't think it is. You know, it's nickname I got from my dad. Yeah, somebody gave it to him. And, you know, you need to know more about the name. I mean, just as a man, I've been put into situations which I've had to make decisions, you know, and sometimes when you're put in a certain light, you're given certain responsibilities, you have to be very, very responsible. And you have to realize that sometimes you lose sight of it, and that's not right. But sometimes you lose sight. My first book is about, you know, those decisions and accepting accountability. You know, I accept accountability for my actions and for me and what happened to me. However, others have accountability to accept as well. And in those situations, uh, you have to really mature and learn from your mistakes and be able to learn from your mistakes. But what about that? Our president that we just currently elected has numerous felonies attached to his record. However, he just won an election because people they decided to overlook those factors. It's in our constitution, you know, regardless to be president. Saw it, didn't believe it, but hey, believe anything these days. As a leader, a world leader, hopefully our decision sends a message to the world about how serious we are as a country in making necessary changes. Hip hop, our culture, Alachua County 352. Hopefully, you're ready for necessary changes. I'm an outsider. Uh, I have connections to many 501c3s and two churches, uh, Mount Pleasant, UMC, Gainesville, and Divine Deliverance and Melrose. If you want to donate, those are the two churches that you can donate uh, to the nonprofits on my behalf. Otherwise, Spirit Moves Records, write a check. Help us help the youth. Um, there's a cash app that says off the chains with a Z. You can give to that. Um, but my specialty is poetry. Um, with these words, I don't believe there's another. I'm like no other. And specifically relationships. My poetry deal with relationships, the heartbreaks, the love, and the lust. If you aren't overwhelmed with emotion by your partner, there's an issue. Mentally, your partner has to be in your mind and in such a way that's inviting and welcoming and accepting. And I have learned to do that. I have crafted two books of poetry so that if you don't have the words, or if you don't have someone saying these words to you, these words can be read by you and you can feel the emotion through the words. Uh, I want to thank everyone who has supported me as an artist uh, when it comes to poetry, and even artists when it comes to my oil paintings. Uh, this is Saint Coco, and again, oh man, well, trust this is priceless on the video. I'll put up Sankofa. But Sankofa has been placed in a couple of art galleries in the Alachua County Administration Building. Sankofa has been around. And now there's a statue of Sankofa in Alachua County uh, outside in honor of Dr. Hilliard Nunn. Also, as an artist, this year I won the City of Gainesville Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Individual Arts Award. I do my thing, y'all. I do my thing. And even so on that day, it was Corey T. Williams Day. Proclamation by the mayor. Mayor Proclamation. Y'all can't see it on Zoom. You can't. Too bad. Trust me, it's there. So showing you the awards, plaques, all this good stuff. We talked about the war report. And hopefully you'll see our superheroes, that come out and support the endeavor to help youth fight gun violence in Western County. Um, I put my name in the hat to be a leader, someone who officially call on to come talk, come motivate, come show up, do some art, do some projects. Uh, I have children there. My daughter, she goes to school, Washington County, my sons. I'm very involved in the county and the community. So um, being that it helped grow me, helped make me. And I've had an incredible ride, incredible life. I've done tremendous things I never thought I would be able to do. But I've done them just by believing in myself, having the support from Alachua County to join the Marines. And then once in the Marines, government just blew my head with the things that they allowed me to do. So forever thankful, forever grateful. This is the War Report, show two. First show, Jody Polk did well. I'm just so amazed by that woman and just so you know, her story. Just if y'all haven't done the movie yet and cut her a check, you're wrong. I'm trying to get the money to do her life story. I swear. It's a great story. I hope she continues, get that law degree and and continue her superhero reading on these streets. Anyway, and Corey T. Williams, this is the War Report. We're gonna sign off maybe in a little bit because I want to introduce myself to you weekly. I enjoy putting on the blues. I hadn't seen well when I was a kid. I never saw a Black Marine. Full Metal Jacket wasn't made, um, and just locally in Alachua County, I never saw a Black Marine. The dress blues, none of that. So if I can show the youth that by wearing this uniform once a week, twice a week if I have to, and I think it's a good thing. You know, honorable discharge. I did my time, got injured, and now I definitely, advocate for young men giving military service to give you a chance. If you're poor, like how I was, how you were expected to be dead or in jail by 21, like how they foretold for me and my friends. And unfortunately, for a lot of them, that's what happened. Uh, I tell their tales when I tell my tales. Some of my stories, their story. And, to be fortunate enough to tell that story at this age, uh, Notorious Big, Christopher Wallace, he didn't get a chance to turn this age. Tupac Shakur, he didn't have the chance to turn this age to tell his story, to tell the youth about, all right, I was rebellious at this age, but now I'm more humble now because I've matured, I've learned, I survived, and now I feel different. He didn't get the chance to tell people how he feels different now as a man. I've been able to do that. I've been able to enjoy that ride, enjoy that arc. Those were my peers. Those are my peers as a writer. Um, I don't compare myself to a Jay-Z or Nas. I like their music. I love their work. But the life that they promote wasn't a life that I could promote and live and escape Gainesville. I couldn't be on the block. I couldn't be the flashes. Because I know if I did, that would bring attraction to me and I would die or I would be put in jail. So I had to do the opposite, what all these drug dealers did. And I'm telling the youth, you have to be opposite of your favorite drug dealer. You can't do what your drug dealers do. You can't do what the music say. You can't have an STD and be cool about it or make a lipstick about it. You can't do that. I want to thank the future parents that allow me to just introduce myself. Give your kids an option of something different. They can be something different. Dare to be different. I want to thank you for watching the War Report. Thank you for checking in. You can check us out at offthechains.com. We'll have the Zoom information. You want to log in next meeting? Can. Uh, Hit me up on my email, Corey at offthechains.com, COREY at OFFDACHAINZ.com. Maybe in the future we'll stream this on YouTube. Stream elements. Um, Matter of fact, let me try to go live right now. This might not work. No matter of fact, I'm gonna shut this down and then go live. Say the clock. All right. We're gonna shut this down, then go live. The war report coming up on YouTube, Facebook, I think off the chains, Corey. It's off the chains. Let's see what it do. Thanks for watching the war report here at Zoom, checking in, and see you next week. We're out.